Peace. Quick little think fast. Happy now, of course. Sobriety to a crackhead, or I'm using crackhead as an example. And I don't mean crackhead in the derogatory sense of it, just, somebody who smokes crack, and that's just the name we gave to it. But, anybody addicted to a substance, but I use crackhead because, that energy right there is where, people seem to be more deeper, and you get the example of what I'm talking about. When you look at a crackhead, you think about people who was once, prime kings and queens, or, valedictorians of the school, or this and that, and, now they smoking, stuff like crack, or doing some type of harmful things, where you look at them now, it's like, damn, you wouldn't even know that's that person. You know what I'm saying? And sobriety to a person that's full of, all kind of substances seem like some far fairy tale. Like, man, look around me, bruh. It ain't shit. This and that. You know what I'm saying? Like when a person looking at it from that perspective, being sober is a fairy tale. And what I'm getting at is like right now, and I realize this on my own growth, how important, health is. Again. Think about like with feeding a car, like any electrical thing, if I operate off electricity, and electricity is what gives me my connection, or should I say electromagnetism, but again, like just say for instance, electricity, then if I fuel myself with some food that don't have electricity, then I'm kind of lowering my energy. And what's happening right now, or what's been happening is, unhealthiness has become the social norm. All these things of like, looking at telepathy and, psychic abilities, they push all these foods and just all kind of energies, whether it's consumption on a music level, what they force feed in schools as far as learning, just all these things, are like harmful drugs. And what I'm getting at is just basically what you realize as you start to, eat healthier. That's why I always tell people the first step is eating healthier. Because once you start eating healthier, you're going to start getting more and more of a connection, and you're just going to start leaning more and more towards, helping yourself and listening to your intuition, because your intuition is now going to be coming through more clearly. And, I just caught the, again, I've talked about this multiple times, of course, but some things come back with relevance. Of like right now, these energies are really, really supporting us right now, and I'm feeling that vibe of especially with the new moon coming through right now. But the biggest thing of like why people feel like, oh man, we ain't no fucking ancient gods. I mean, look around us. You gotta go to the doctor. You gotta pay bill. You don't have to go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been proven through the placebo effect. Again, I speak on the book Cyclomancy, where scientists spoke on how they realized certain levels of dementia in the syphilis bacteria, dealing with, disease of the body, how it wasn't necessarily a disease, but it was more so mental. It's more so through a subconscious, view of things that give these sicknesses. And when you're in this fallen state, like a crackhead, for so long, you forgot that you was once the track superstar and the prime queen, or this person that was so great at doing art or music and all these things, or you forgot that you are the God that you are. When we say God, not thinking about it in the Christian sense of how they make it like I am God and I am jealous and I rule over all other people. I'm not talking about from that perspective when I speak on God. I'm speaking from, that source energy, more so that primordial mother energy, you know what I'm saying? Like that, the primordial energy of source. But, again, like that crackhead that been on crack for so long, and it views sobriety as, oh man, like sober, oh man, that ain't reachable. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it is reachable. Like, you do have these abilities, and the more and more you get healthy, the more you can connect with these energies, Like, again, like if I take a computer runs off electricity. If I plug it into, instead of electricity, I plug it into a piece of meat or some mashed potatoes, let's just say, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not gonna give it that electrical energy, you know. Like, and I know that's somewhat of a, I say a far-fetched example, but you know, you get the picture, you know what I'm saying? Like, gas, the more unhealthy the gas is that go in your car, the more it kind of run all janky, and you know, it don't operate as well, you know. The more dirt and crust and all this, that's why them virgins, you know, who like the showroom vehicles, you know, and they take care of them and they in tip-top shape, you know, how they say that motor run like a sewing machine, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's our natural state of being, you know what I'm saying? Somebody took us from our natural state of being and say, oh no, popping these poisonous pills and, you know, and constantly looking at fear-mongering news. No, that's the social norm. Like, that's normal, you know. You know, catching a hernia is normal, you know. Your intestines coming out your fucking ass is normal, you know what I'm saying? That's something normal. That happens to a bunch of people, you know. Like, no, it don't. They fucking made that shit, man. And that's how you know the energy. Because I'm clean. I ain't smoked in 2 days. And I'm starting to see that for myself, like with smoking, like, you know, not doing it as much. And when I do, doing it more healthier and cleaner, because I see the difference. It's not that I'm not speaking on truthful vibes and I'm lying whenever I'm smoking, but it's such a more clearer connection, you know. It's a connection, like, without a doubt of my mind, I know that I'm connected to this energy. You know, without a doubt in my mind, I know that these people been bullshitting everybody and turning some dysfunctional, insane way of being to the fucking social norm. And you think about it, you know, you've been programmed for years on how to be unhealthy and fuck over yourself. Just imagine, you know, just like, matter of fact, shout out to Infinite Waters with the 7-day vegan challenge. If you just tried just for a moment to eat healthy and live healthy, you will see the difference. And you will see, like, damn, no, this is our true state of being. Like, telepathy on such a high level is our true state of being, you know. Psycho, because that's another thing too. As you're being healthy, that doesn't mean you're not able to be grounded. You still could be grounded. It's not raising your vibration to a point of looking at lower vibrations as separate from me and I'm against this, you know. That doesn't create dual nature. It's your subconscious programming that creates dual nature. The idea of this is good or this is bad, desired behavior or undesired behavior, you know. And as I'm speaking about that, always remembering too to love ourselves unconditionally, because sometimes we love ourselves under conditions. Like, oh man, I didn't eat everything off Dr. Sebi list, man. I fucked up, man. I ain't shit. This and that, you know what I'm saying? You basically, you know, not loving yourself. You know, you're loving yourself under conditions when it's like that, you know. It's like, of course, yeah, it would have been better for you to, you know, stay with, and I'm just saying Dr. Sebi as an example, just eating healthy, you know, eating electrical foods, you know, taking care of yourself, you know. Of course, if you, you know, go astray from that, you shouldn't hate yourself or be mad at yourself or stop loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking from, again, a place of watching it on my own growth, where I love myself conditionally. You know what I'm saying? Well, under this condition, I love myself. You know, when I'm taking care of financial situations to the best of my ability, I love myself. But when I'm not, you know, I don't like myself, I don't love myself, or I actually hate myself, you know, when I'm not doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you realize, and again, in order to love someone else unconditionally, I have to love myself unconditionally first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said too, is a reminder to love yourselves unconditionally, you know, not under a certain condition. Like if this KKK member, you know, start to preach about loving, you know, liking melanated people, then I love them. But under the condition that they don't, that I don't love them. Like, I love them unconditionally. You could still acknowledge that, no, you know, I disagree with what they speak on, you know what I'm saying, that point of view, you know what I'm saying, but I don't, you know, I don't love them conditionally. Like, I love them unconditionally, you know what I'm saying? So no matter the condition, you know what I'm saying, we could love unconditionally without liking certain circumstances. You know, I love myself unconditionally. I'm eating unhealthy foods, but that still doesn't mean I'm gonna hate myself or not love myself just because I ate them unhealthy foods. And because I ate them unhealthy foods, it's not oh, I did something bad. Because again, that's where it's created with that dual mind. Oh, I did something bad. You know, and again, not knocking our parents and our raising, because again, we picked that situation and came into that situation. But you know, that starts with day one of our parenting. Like, hey, get your finger out your nose. That's bad. You know, so every time you dig in your nose, you like you're mad at yourself, or you hate yourself, or you put, and also with creating good or bad in that dual mind, you also create a shadow self or undesired behavior. You know what I'm saying? And I recently came across a video that speaks to how we have, like, you know, we do have like our, in essence, our one egoic mind in essence, but you do have different like aspects of the ego, and a lot of aspects we're not necessarily conscious of. You know what I'm saying? Or we brush to the side in some way, form, or fashion. But we're speaking to, you know, these different like, again, in connection with the these 49 quote unquote you know, divine angels that dealing with with John D and the Enochian magic and the those energies that he channeled. But those 49 energies also connected with, like, basically again, like the 49 different aspects of our in fact, the way the brethren said it was like, you know, picture our mind like a hotel. We walk into the hotel, we don't know who's in every room. You know what I'm saying? And that's what shadow work is. Shadow work is going in each door and seeing who's in each room, shining the light in each room and saying, oh shit, you in here? All right, I need to be aware of you. You know what I'm saying? Go to the next room. All right, you know, I got, you know, and as we, and basically that hotel is like our subconscious mind, and that's the whole thing too, working with our subconscious mind. Reason why a crackhead feels like you know, being sober is such a far-fetched thing is because through habitual nature, the subconscious has been programmed to see it that way. You know, same thing with a person feeling like, oh, they gotta pop pills, these poisons and all this to take care of myself. Well, you know, I'm bipolar, I gotta take this poison. Or you know, I got high blood pressure, I gotta take this poison. That's from a habitual subconscious programming, you know, a habitual vibe of constantly being told this, being reinforced with every little commercial on TV, because people constantly watching TV in that state of being, you know, where you like, take this prescription pill if you need this. In order to quit one poison, take this poison. You know, in order to stop smoking, take this other poison we got called such and such. You know, instead of just fucking manning and womaning up and just fucking, you know, stopping it. Of course, to each his own on our growth, but realize again, you know, now is the vibrate. You know what I'm saying? And for myself, you know, seeing it like these different areas, and I done been through both stages. I done been through a stage of eating unhealthy beforehand and eating unhealthy while having the knowledge that I shouldn't be eating unhealthy. And I done been the person that barely eats and only drank mostly water and ate one time a day and was trying to become a breatharian, you know, just all of a sudden, you know, I done play. So I see, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, being real tapped in whenever that health is heightened, you know what I'm saying? Because again, these different artificial substances are like parasites, and they carry a vibration. Everything vibrates, and when that parasitic vibration gets in you, it starts to create a certain influence. And if you're constantly being influenced by these parasites, then subconsciously you'll be programmed to go along with these parasites. You know what I'm saying? And again, just seeing the vibe, like, you know, loving ourselves unconditionally and realizing that, you know, we are gods on a human experience, you know, that have been lied to. And the moment you start to, you know, start becoming healthy and clean, and look at, you know, again, the crackheads who make that switch too, you know, from like where they realize and they're like, all right, this shit ain't far-fetched, I got this, and they do it, and that's a whole different person. You're like, oh shit, bro, look so and so, man. I know people and everything might not know, but I just think about somebody from my neighborhood. Blessings to my brethren Dean. When I think about that, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my cousin Shug. You know what I'm saying? You know, from the heart, speaking from the heart with this, you know. But and again, in loving unconditionally, you know, not like, oh well, shit, you know, since I'm smoking crack, I don't love myself. Of course, that is that is some behavior that's hindering your growth, and it is very unhealthy. But don't hate yourself, because hating yourself is gonna bring you even more into a hole. You know what I'm saying? You see where that fighting negativity with more negativity is only gonna bring you deeper into negativity. You know, fighting fire with fire just gonna burn the whole fucking place down. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, just realize, man, you know, we've been duped, we've been tricked, you know what I'm saying, into thinking that, you know, half of ourselves or a quarter of ourselves is our true self, and it's the farthest from the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the more you accept that, the more you go to falling into a sleeping state. You know, the more you become the giant that goes back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like how the Nephilim awaken the giants, the Anunnaki return and all that. That's the energy inside of you. You know, for those that it may apply to. You know what I'm saying? Because some people that's constantly oppressing and, you know, not trying to help, you know, ain't nothing return. Matter of fact, they the rebels. They got xenophobia. They scared of God. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm scared of God, I'm going to keep the God within other people suppressed. You know what I'm saying? Don't it make sense? Let me stop for a second. Because I might not be making sense. What I'm saying might not make sense. Like, does it make sense? You know, like, you know, I'm trying to control people and keep a slave. Why would I help that person? You know what I'm saying? You know, like here it is again. You start to see that chess game with the, you know, the entertainers and stuff like that, where, you know, they know better about certain things, but then don't tell other people to know better about certain things. You know, while they promote cancer rallies and AIDS rallies, while Dr. Sebi's work still continues, even though they, you know, they say he transitioned right when it was important for him to be around to really still be speaking on this. But, you know, with that being said, you know, I forgot where I was headed with that. But, you know, basically, you know, realizing, man, we've been, how they say, we've been sold wolf tickets, man. You know, and right now it's very important to, you know, the tiniest steps makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just add salad to the unhealthy food you're already eating, you know, it's a start. You know what I'm saying? Because to feel like any step, like, oh, well, I might as well not even do it, then, you know, it's like that expression that some people die at 17 and don't bury themselves until, and their body don't get buried till they're 72. You know what I'm saying? Or 80 or whatever. But, you know, that's, if you that person that feel like, oh, well, no, bro, fuck it, it's all done, like, it don't even pay to take a small step, then you might as well go lay down on the train track. You know, there's beings that would love for the experience of you know, being in this physical realm, you know what I'm saying, and having this lesson learned, you know what I'm saying. That's why when you're not taking care of your body, you know, you transition, you know what I'm saying, like, because you're showing your God self, like, I don't give a fuck about being here in this body. So the universe does what it does. It's like it always answers yes to everything that we want, you know, and we have free will. We have free will so much so to where you could choose to be ignorant. You could choose to fuck over yourself. You know what I'm saying? It is a choice. You know what I'm saying? These people just make it seem like it's an illusion, but nobody stopped me. Like, you know, it's a choice. Nobody was stopping me. Like, oh no, you, like somebody standing in my way. Like, oh no, you can't try to get around me and try to stop drinking and stop taking pills and all that. Oh no, like nobody was in front of me trying to stop me. The only person that was stopping me was me. And that's the same for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the illusion that you tell yourself. You know. But peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past, man. Right? Nah. Love ourselves unconditionally. Even if, all right, you procrastinate and you don't do it now. There's no reason to hate yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like boxing, you got round 2, you got round 3, and even better than boxing, you got more than one, you got more than just a certain amount of rounds. You know, just start somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and realize you've been bullshitted for all this time. You know, when you start to realize, when you just get a peak of eating healthy, you start to see like, oh shit, I really am capable of all these things. I really can make Kamehameha waves come out of my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can do this. You know, these things are not far-fetched. And you realize, as a matter of fact, if you're a person listening to this and being negative and feeling like, oh man, this and that, then that's that energy trying to overtake your soul. You know, but I digress. Peace, y'all. Happy now. Now's the vibrator, of course.